breaking free, healing from trauma bonds. If you're a man who once believed you found the perfect woman, only to be left shattered, confused, and questioning your sanity, you are not alone. If you've spent countless hours replaying conversations in your head, doubting your memory, wondering if the love was ever real, this article is for you. If one moment you felt adored, the next moment attacked, and eventually discarded without closure, this isn't just emotional whiplash. It's psychological warfare. And the worst part? Everyone around you, from your friends to your therapist, might not even understand what really happened to you. Let's get one thing clear. You're not crazy. You're not weak. You're not broken. You were trauma bonded. By Estad. What is a trauma bond? A trauma bond is not just emotional attachment. It's a neurological addiction formed through a cycle of intermittent reward and punishment. In relationships with narcissistic or emotionally abusive women, this bond is created when brief moments of affection are sandwiched between episodes of criticism, manipulation, or emotional withdrawal. It's the classic push-pull dynamic. She devalues you then. Suddenly love bombs you. She rejects you, then reels you back in. With just enough warmth to reignite hope, and your brain, starved for emotional certainty, clings to the highs to survive the lows. Why it feels impossible to let go. Trauma bond mimics addiction. Neurologically, the same brain areas are activated as in drug dependency. Addicted to emotional relief. You're not in love with her anymore. You're addicted to the emotional relief that came after the chaos she caused. Unbearable withdrawal. And when she leaves or you finally walk away, the withdrawal can feel unbearable. Emptiness, anxiety, obsessive thoughts, emotional cravings. You're not imagining it. You're in withdrawal. Why it's harder for men. Societal expectations. Society expects men to man up, suppress emotions, and move on. Dismissed abuse. Abuse against men, especially emotional abuse by women, is often dismissed or minimized. Lack of therapist training. Therapists may lack training in recognizing female-perpetrated narcissistic abuse. Exploitation of male psychology. Narcissistic women exploit male psychology. They trigger your protector instincts, manipulate your empathy, and weaponize your desire to fix and support. One of my clients, let's call him Stephen, was a confident, successful engineer. But after 20 years with a narcissistic wife, he no longer recognized the man in the mirror. He tried everything to make it work. More patience, less talking, being stronger, being softer. But nothing satisfied her. And every time he got close to leaving, she'd briefly become sweet again. The result? He stayed hooked, confused, and depleted until she discarded him. And only then did the real unraveling begin. What you're actually grieving. 1. The illusion. 2. The potential. 3. The fantasy. You're not grieving her. You're grieving the version of her she showed you in the beginning. That version didn't exist. It was a mask, custom built to hook you emotionally. You're grieving the illusion, the potential, the fantasy. Letting go isn't just about walking away from a toxic relationship. It's about accepting that the love you're chasing was never real. The 7 steps to break the trauma bond and rewire your brain. 1. Stop calling it love. Call it addiction. Labeling it correctly changes everything. You're not healing from love. You're breaking free from neurological dependency. Love doesn't feel like anxiety, fear, and craving. This was an addiction too. Emotional relief. 2. Forget diagnosing her. Focus on the pattern. You don't need to know if she was a narcissist, borderline, or histrionic. Just track how you felt in the relationship. Were you always on edge? Did you feel guilty when you did nothing wrong? Did you feel drained, diminished, or crazy? Those patterns are all the proof you need. The 7 steps to break the trauma bond and rewire your brain continued. 3. Go no contact or minimal contact. This is non-negotiable. If you keep engaging, you keep reinforcing the trauma loop. Limit texts, stop social media stalking, and stop defending or explaining yourself. Every reaction feeds the addiction. 4. Replace the dopamine spike with consistent habits. You've trained your brain to crave emotional chaos. Now it's time to retrain it. For calm, start with intense workouts, weights, HIIT, cold showers. Creative work, writing, music, building things. Learning new skills, a language, strategy games. Consistency, not drama, must become your new reward system. The 7 steps to break the trauma bond and rewire your brain continued. 5. Regulate your nervous system. You've likely been stuck in survival mode. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Rewire with somatic grounding. Feel your body, not just your thoughts. Box breathing. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. Mindfulness, apps like Muse or Calm. Surf the urge, pause before acting on emotional impulses. 6. Re-engage your prefrontal cortex. Trauma bonds suppress the part of your brain responsible for logic and self-control. Wake it up. Read. Journal. Reflect logically. Solve puzzles, play chess, write strategy. Every time you choose clarity over chaos, your logical brain gets stronger. 7. Rewire your narrative. You are not stupid for loving her. You were conditioned. If this dynamic feels familiar, look deeper. Were your early experiences of love also laced with unpredictability or anxiety? Your brain confused intensity for intimacy. Now, your job is to detach those associations and rebuild from the inside out. Final words. You were not weak. You were emotionally hijacked. And healing isn't about forgetting her. It's about reprogramming your nervous system, resetting your brain, and reclaiming your masculine core from someone who manipulated it for their own control. You don't need closure from her. You need truth for yourself. And the truth is, you can rebuild. You are not broken. You are becoming free.